All right, let's talk about some other tools we're going to use once we get to baking the bread. We're going to be cooking the bread in the oven at 485 to 500 degrees, so it's going to be very hot. So as you might imagine, you want to have a good pair of oven mitts or something like that. I like these. I've been using them for a while. You can see I've already burnt holes through them. They work really well for handling the things that we're going to handle. So make sure you have a good set of pot holders, some oven mitts. You'll also notice I'll wear long sleeves because I've burnt myself a number of times. So I'll have long sleeves and the gloves will go inside of there. So that's good. We're also going to need some sort of timer. When we first put the bread in, the first half of the bake is going to be 25 minutes. Then we're going to uncover the loaf and bake it off for another 25 minutes. So this has multiple timers on it, so I can keep track of more than one loaf at a time, or just have multiple bread, multiple timers. We all have iPhones. We talked about the banneton before. We're going to use this as a prop in a minute. Inside the oven, I have a pizza stone. I've had this for about 30 years. I keep it in the oven at all times. It's going to be in there when we're preheating the oven. It's going to be in there, so it's going to be nice and hot. And when the bread comes out, it's going to sit on here. We're going to use some parchment paper. You can get this anywhere. It's not waxed paper, it's parchment paper. You could use this multiple times. I like to take a piece that's going to be about the length of my banneton. Fold this in half. I'm just going to cut it. This way I have two pieces. Just going to use a straight edge knife. Use any kitchen knife would work just as well. I'm just going to cut it. There we go. And we're going to use one of these on there, and we'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute. Also going to need some sort of razor blade or something. This is just a straight-edged razor that you're going to use to score the bread. Very sharp. It's a razor blade. You want to be careful with it. You can handle it just like this if you're comfortable. If you're not, I just took two rubber washers and a thumb screw and put the razor blade in there, so it gives me something a little bit better to hold on to. Either way, it works, and I keep it in here so that nobody gets hurt. Pizza peel is going to be handy for getting the bread in and out of the oven. If you don't have a pizza peel, you could very easily use the back of a cookie sheet. You can put the bread out onto the back of a cookie sheet like this, and then slide it off into whatever you're going to bake it on the back of the cookie sheet. So pizza peel or cookie sheet, they will work equally well. You don't have to have the pizza peel. If you don't have a Dutch oven, any large pan will do that you could put the bread. Let's make believe this is the bread. We put it in there on the parchment just to keep it covered for the first half of the bake. That will work. What you will see me use is called a Challenger bread pan. I do not own a Dutch oven. This is cast iron, and this warms up in the oven as well. So we'll get the bread onto the parchment, slide it on here, and then we will put this on here. This, of course, will be 500 degrees. It will cook for the first half like that. Then we will take it out, and we will put the bread on the side and put the second loaf in there, and we'll bake them off. And that's essentially how we're going to do it. Let me just show you kind of what's going to happen. The bread is going to come out of the refrigerator in here. We're going to take the parchment, we're going to put it down like that, and we'll put our pizza peel on top of it. Flip it over. Gently, we're going to release it, and then it's going to be sitting on here, and then we will slide this either onto our stone with the bread on it, and then cover it over, or we'll slide it into our Dutch oven. If you have a Dutch oven, you can cut the parchment so that you could put it on there and then use it to lower it down into the Dutch oven and put the cover on it. So whatever you have, you can make it work. You don't need to have any of the specialized tools, but these are the tools you're going to see me use tomorrow when we actually go ahead and bake the bread, and we'll go into a little bit more detail about how we're doing it when we do it tomorrow.